All right, Unit 10, Lesson 3. And when I go ahead and look at question number 1 and number 2, they're actually pretty easy questions. You don't need really any calculations here. You just kind of need to know some stuff that we talked about in class today. So I'm not going to go over number 1 and 2. You guys can go ahead and do those ones on your own. I am going to look at question 3 and question 4. So question 3 says, in the figure, circle P has a radius of 10. And so I'm going to mark my radius here. My radius is 10. And AB is perpendicular to DE. And once we have a radius perpendicular to a chord, we also know that that chord is cut in half. And DC, this little piece, is 2. And keep in mind that DP is also a radius. If the radius is 10 and that little piece is 2, then I would know that this little piece is 8. And what is the length of AB? So really what I need to do is I need to draw in another radius. So if I draw in a radius, let's say that goes like this, and that radius is also 10, then I can call this, let's say, x, and I can use the Pythagorean theorem to get the length of x by looking at this right triangle here, where we know two sides. My legs are going to be x squared, and 8 squared equals 10 squared. That's a Pythagorean triple, so you may know the value of x off the top of your head. If not, go ahead and complete that. And then be careful because they're asking for the length of AB, not just BC. So finish up that one, and then let's look at 4. In this drawing, AB is 30. And so they're showing me right away that I have two lines that are perpendicular. So I should know automatically that this is split in half. So since AB is 30, I can put 15 on both of those segments. And then they tell me that OM, the length of OM is 20. And the length of ON is 18. And what is the length of CN? So I'm looking for that. And so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this left side of the circle, and I'm going to draw in a right triangle, and I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem. I already use a variable x, so let's use a different variable y. So here's my right angle. I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem. 15 squared plus 20 squared equals y squared, and you're going to get a value for y. Now that value is the radius of the circle, so any other radius that you draw would have that same value. So if I got a value y, you calculate it over here, you have a value for y. You plug it in here, then you'll do Pythagorean theorem again. 18 squared plus x squared equals whatever you got for y squared. Solve for y first, plug it in over here. Okay? All done.